Well, I'm up in East Richford. I just took over for Gerhardt, so we are moving right along. I haven't done a lot of recording with grass just because, like I think I've said previously, we're planting and chopping at the same time, which would be good to record, but I'm so backed up on videos and I can't have the camera out all the time. It's too much. So gotta get the work done. And I record enough, I think, to keep you guys informed. But anyways, we're up in East Richford right now. Gerhardt has to go milk at the new farm because the employees there, they have today off, so we gotta milk the morning and night shift. This morning, him and myself milked, and then Ferdy came over later and milked once I had to start feeding. He just milked with Gerhardt after, so we got that done this morning, and then we gotta do the second shift. That is another reason for like situations like now is why we were only doing 2X over there, because otherwise when the normal regular milkers would have the day off, it'd be very hard for us to do our normal farm work and milk over there. It's already a little bit of a struggle, but it's only the first couple months, so the way we do it can always be changed a little bit, but for now we're getting by. I gotta lower this down a little so we don't catch no telephone lines. So we got a bunch of fields up here mowed, well, all the fields, but Ferdy's ahead of us and we're rolling because up here it dries pretty fast, so we don't wait too long for the big M to knock it down. Basically, once he's mowing, maybe a half hour to an hour later, the rake's coming up here. Basically, once he gets the first field done, we're headed with the rake because it's so open up here, it dries quick. We are in the big water tower field, that's what we call it. I think it's a 40-acre field. It's pretty nice square. 2 years ago when was it 2 years ago? Or yeah, 2 years ago, I got drone footage when we were spreading it. So you guys, if you guys are still around from then, you'll see how this area up here looks from the sky. So Verdi's just knocking it down. And you're gonna be wondering why I'm already here raking with the big M, hitting it with the fingers, and it's just honestly just not that wet up here. It's just fine mowing and raking it right away because the chopper's already starting to come up the mountain, like chopping the fields that are done behind us. He's got this all laid out in one pass, so kind of in a way the rake can gain on the mowers because I have to do, other than the boundaries, and if it's nice straight boundaries you can still do one pass on them, but like on the headlands a lot of times it's nice doing a back pass just to get the, so you have 60 feet to turn around and rake the windrows out of your way. But on the edges and stuff, normally you can just drive up it and then you come back on a different windrow, and then when you're at the headland you close the headland up. But Ferdy he's gaining. That string just pulls the lockers for transport, and then
you guys want to cross the bridge, right?
Once you're in a rake mode, those lockers come down and they hit the wing, so they can't pick up more than that. So that way when the PTO's on, you don't blow out the U-joint. Well, it just turned on hard. But for my well, not why, but for your information, the center rake, we're gonna have to do the gears on it pretty soon because those have been going out pretty bad on this cut, and they make a lot of clunking if you get into heavy feed. But so that's the grinding that you heard when they started, because this tractor PTO turns on about as slow as possible, but every now and then when the gears start getting chewed up, it still sounds like that. So we set this to 1400 RPMs. We're on the 540E PTO. It's just idling basically all day. We put this forwards tap it once. That sets it to float. It would help if I put this thing in gear and not neutral. And then we hit the one cruise control button. Now we're going to be raking at 6 miles an hour. And we're cruising. So the reason I set the hand throttle, because cruise control will do your throttle and your speed. And that's also set to the same that I have the hand throttle set at. But the reason I set the hand throttle is when I bump it and I take it out of cruise, it'll also take it out of the preset throttle. But because I'm on the rake and I don't want it bouncing the speed of PTO, I want that staying consistent no matter what. Even if I come to a dead stop or have to slow down for corners, I just set the hand throttle. That way the RPMs actually never change. And then once I get back onto a straightaway, I can hit the cruise control and I can get my speed back that I want. A lot of grass up here. So we got Matt driving, Kyle Rubatoy. He's helping us part-time now. So that's real nice because definitely need the drivers. He's doing good. And Philip's driving and Alex is driving right now. I would be too, because Garrett would normally be raking, but he's busy. He's going to milk. So now that we're, see that clunking? That's what I was talking about. We're gonna have to rebuild that before second cut once we're all done first. So now, normally you just gotta pull the throttle back, let it catch up and go. So sometimes it's just the PTO clutch when it's doing that, but this time it's actually the gear going. It's a really nice feel to chop, mow, and rake. And you can tell this stuff ain't green for just getting mowed. Well, since Ferdy's not done mowing this section, and he's gonna have to keep driving over the headland windrow, I'll just turn around and I will do this whole section. Don't bother me, I can come back and do this. But that way, he doesn't have to keep knocking over the chopping row. So that's actually a 70-foot windrow because the front mower deck was pulled over. So that gives us an extra 10 feet because I don't have to go all the way to the top. And now I'm going back this way with the 32-foot rake. So technically it's 72 feet if I'm driving on perfectly accurate. And then if I went out and measured more, I don't know, it could be more or less, but we're gonna call it 70 feet. And pretty decent grass. I mean, little humps here and there, they're gonna have less, or where there's rocks, but definitely happy with how it's growing so far this year. It's been a wet spring, but with no water, nothing grows. Ferdy's rolling out to the next field. Well, we're about a third done now. Rake's a little bit louder than it used to be. It's got a lot of acres through it. It's pretty flat. But we're still going. That's all that matters. But you can hear, maybe the camera don't pick it up, but that middle rake sounded rough. This front one here, those ones normally last the longest. The middle and the last one wear out quicker because they take more feed. And I think the middle one honestly runs out faster than the last one because it's geared higher, because it's a smaller rake. The other ones are 12 foot. The middle one is, that one is only 10 foot. At least I think they're 12 foot, the outside ones. Now that I'm recording, I'm skipping grass. You don't got a lot of wiggle room in this 32-foot rake and a 32-foot mower, it's basically running max width the whole time to be able to pull it off to rake in one pass after the big M for the chopper with a 12-foot head to be able to come through. But it works, saves a lot of acres on this machine, and it's already pretty wore out as it is. And also makes us almost twice as fast raking, other than headlands having to need the 2 passes. I'm trying to steer, so yeah, that's why you're getting thrown around. But this is hands down basically the nicest grass field we have to rake, because it's just nice up and down lines. It's not perfectly flat, so it's not like you're going to be going at any high speeds, but just like convenience wise, it's just up and down. It is nice, and it's basically 40 acres, and it grows good grass. Rocky. Must be 12 years ago now. Oh no, it's more, way longer than that. I was really young. I was like near Marcus's age, so more like 15 years ago. We went through all the fields up here. We staked all the stones. Well, I'd say all of them, but all the ones that we saw at the time. And we pulled them all. That was a lot of stone picking with the excavator and pulling them out. A lot were like normal size, and then we had a couple where they got buried because we could not move them. You couldn't even like wiggle them really. You just dug below them, and then finally you got enough dirt where they fell. We're going right along, 6 miles an hour. You can normally rake around 7 if it's a little bit thinner of a crop and the rake is in good condition, but struggling right now just to stay together at 6 miles an hour with how thick this grass is. We're almost at the end. We got 1, 2, 3 more passes and we're done this field. I do gotta mention, I guess I never have, is I'm about 100 feet from Canada. Right over there where the trees are thinner, that's where the line goes across, and that is the Canadian border. Oh boy, we did not pull the lever up soon enough, and we're not steering. Alright, we're just gonna leave that sucker down. Put that back in float. There we go. Failure on my side. That's why we can't record and drive. We're good though. Back to rolling. I really don't do much recording of raking anymore. Back in the day I used to rake a lot before Gerhard started doing it when I went to college. And then since then he's just always done it because it works out good like that. We got a hump here that was a rock. Oh yeah. That was one of those big rocks that I think we dumped a load of dirt or sand on, and we just mow over it because it's one of those ones you don't want to mess with, or you can't because it's a big piece of ledge. Fold it up. I'll roll over to the next one. A little quick drive. Oh, Kyle can just stop so I can pull in. So that's Kyle driving the Pete, but I gotta make a wide loop here. Because we gotta go through some posts, or between some posts. So yeah. Quick field hop and rolling to the next one. And Ferdy is right across that tree right over there.
Let's go back down so we don't let it down sideways.
That was the field I pulled into last recording. It's just up and down, ain't much special to show. But we hopped over this one. Ferday's already headed home. He has been for a little while now, and he's gonna hop in a truck because Matt has to leave. He's gotta work tonight. So he helped for as long as he could. And then Keith, I think I said he was driving, but he ended up going home too. Tomorrow's his birthday, so he's got plans. But as soon as I'm done, I'll start driving one of the trucks also, and we'll get up here done tonight. It's a 45 to 50-minute round trip. So it's a good haul. I think it's 15 miles one way. I measured it last year. Yeah, 15, 16 miles one way. So it's a good drive. It's our farthest fields. We're back at the farm. Marcus is pushing bunk, but we're gonna take the old freight shaker for a rip. Now we're gonna take the Freightliner up there. But I might as well get a little clip of Alex rolling in with a load. Riding. We did put her floaters on. She don't like getting stuck, so she said she's getting her floaters for this grass season. So we put them on, but we're gonna take this thing up there. Well, we'll try to get you a little bit of recording. We're just getting on to 105 here. Butter in here. Well, you get to cruising speed, it's nice. It's just that 30 to 40 miles an hour, mostly 35. She's got a death shake. We've took it to an alignment shop. They made it a lot better. They told us we'd have to do some other stuff, but that'd be a lot. And it handles well other than that couple like 5 miles an hour, and it's still a good driving truck. And I can stick anyone in this truck really, and it's pretty easy to drive. It's a screamer. That was Logan. We're on the Richford flats. Corn's coming out. The stuff that we planted the first day that we were out here, that little field was wet. We didn't get it planted. We did get this field planted on the right side, and then we got the ones on the whole left side of the road planted the first time we were out here. We had to come out a couple days later, and then we were able to get that front one. And this field is a little wetter, especially in this section right here. And there's a couple dips in the back, but all the corn's in the ground now. We have one grass field we're about to turn over as soon as we're done chopping here. We wanted to get it done a couple days ago, but need to get get this grass done. And all our main corn's done, so we're not worried. Christoph did forget to chop this windrow yesterday when we were doing the other grass, so he's going to do it today on the way back down. But got a little bit longer of this drive till I'm up there, but no complaints because it's all nice road all the way up. You can boogie. The only thing that kind of sucks is this one train track. And they would have paved that, but the train track company was given such a headache and not allowing it because I guess the train company owns so much of the road on both sides of the track, or I don't know exactly how it goes, but all I know is the company paving was not allowed to touch so close to the train track, which really sucks because that's the worst part out of the whole road, and it was even the worst part before they even paved the main road, but whatever. It's not like they ever have to drive on the road, they just take the track. Nice out, got the AC going on both sides. Here, rolling in right after me. It's the next day, it's Sunday. This will be the last field. Birdie's driving the white truck right now because I don't know if I just said it's Sunday. I think I did. So Birdie's driving, Kyle is driving, I am, and Alex. Christoph's on the phone.